I invite you to bow your heads for the invocation. God of all creation, we give you thanks for all the gifts you have given us, for the world around us that we often take for granted, for life that comes from you with so many possibilities and opportunities, for family and friends who share life journey with us. Source of all wisdom and knowledge, this is a special day as we come together in this place to recognize the accomplishments of these adult learners. They have brought their life and work experience into the academic learning environment available to them here at Elizabethtown College in order to expand their knowledge, improve their lives, and achieve their goal of earning a college degree. We celebrate these graduates. We thank you for sustaining them through all the hours of hard work, for the love and support of their families and friends, for the facilitators willing to share their knowledge and practical experience, for the staff who have worked with these learners and administered these programs, and for the support of the college as it recognizes the needs and special gifts of these adult learners and encourages lifelong learning for all of us. Be present with us as we remember with gratitude the experiences we have shared, and look ahead eagerly to whatever new possibilities and opportunities may come, secure in the knowledge that your hand will guide us in all that we do. Amen.
On behalf of the Board of Trustees, I welcome all gathered here this afternoon to recognize the achievements of these students that has culminated with their degree today in the class of 2012. Congratulations, you did it. I would just ask all the graduates of the class of 2012 to stand, just the graduates. And I would ask you to join me in saluting your spouses, your children, the companies that you work for, the faculty, the staff, and all those that have contributed to your realization of your dream today. So let us give them all a great round of applause. You can be seated. I am especially honored to take part in this first ever separate graduation that focuses on the unique challenge of balancing, in many cases, full-time work with a highly competitive, rigorous academic program. I am also pleased to be part of this ceremony today because I truly understand the critical role of continuing education that is played in the company that I work for. I am pleased that Fulton Financial Company, parent of Fulton Bank, has 34 active students in the continuing education and distance learning program. And we have a number of graduates today in your class, including a mother and daughter combination of which we are so proud of. I would like to thank you and to thank especially one of our own trustees and our commencement speaker today, Ed Murphy, for his support and leadership to this critical and growing part of the Elizabethtown College experience. In this challenging economic environment, it is critical that we continue to provide these educational opportunities so that our businesses remain competitive and improve productivity through improved business processes. I congratulate all graduating today for the sacrifices that you have made to reach this goal. Congratulations.
Edward Murphy, would you please step forward? Dedicated volunteer and philanthropist, distinguished graduate of St. John's University, retired executive of West Publishing Company, and esteemed trustee of Elizabethtown College. Mr. Edward R. Murphy, parent, 2001, is honored today by Elizabethtown College with great pleasure. Ed, you are a great supporter of higher education. You have chosen to use your lifetime of business skills to support the students of Elizabethtown College and ensure the ongoing sustainability of this institution. Your keen insights and quiet demeanor have made you a valued member of the college community. Because you and your wife, Carol, have dedicated yourselves to public service, the community of Lynbrook, New York, has seen fit to appoint you as honorary chief of the Vulcan Company Engine No. 2. Your focus on safety of your neighbors for more than 50 years is another testament of your commitment to working for the public good. Because you have given generously of your time, expertise, and resources, you have made a difference in the lives of the students of Elizabethtown College and in the quality of life in your community. Ed, you exemplify the Elizabethtown College motto of Educate for Service, and today we hold you as a model to our graduating students that education is most noble when used to benefit others. Having acquired your own education in the non-traditional pathway of an adult learner, you have a true understanding of the sacrifices and the dedication needed to combine the pursuit of education with the demands of full-time employment. You have not forgotten your own experience and in turn have offered support and ongoing commitment to the adult learners of the Center for Continuing Education and Distance Learning here at Elizabethtown College. Further, you have made the dream of education come alive for future students by endowing the Edward and Carol Murphy Scholarship and the Newcomb Scholarship for Mature Women. Your commitment will ensure that the dreams of future students can be fulfilled. Ed, with gratitude for your example, we honor you today. In recognition of his generous spirit, his dedication to service above self, and his commitment to offering adults the opportunity to achieve their educational goals, I am honored, Mr. President, to present Mr. Edward R. Murphy, a true servant leader, for the degree of Doctors of Humane Letters, honoris causa.
Edward R. Murphy, in recognition of high achievement, and by virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Elizabethtown College, by the Board of Trustees, and by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, Edward R. Murphy, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. In testimony of this degree, I now present you your diploma and doctoral hood.
Would you please stand for the National Anthem?
Good afternoon. I am honored today to recognize the recipient of the Excellence in Teaching Award. Each year, our center provides this award to one outstanding affiliated faculty member for excellence in developing course curriculum, teaching in the classroom and/or online and blended, and going above and beyond with adult learners. I am pleased to announce this year's recipient, Ms. Linda Beck, for the Distinguished Excellence in Teaching Award. Linda?
This is a special day, and this is a very special gathering. This is a special day because it is the first commencement ceremony of the Center for Continuing Education and Distance Learning done as a separate event. The Center, in the 50-year history of continuing education at Elizabethtown College, has reached the milestone that its graduating class has achieved such a scale that the center needs its own commencement ceremony. This is a true landmark in our history as a college, and you graduates of 2012 should take particular pride in being the first class to enjoy this honor. This is also a very special gathering because of the nature of you graduates. You are a group who have overcome many challenges, some economic, some professional, some personal, in order to attain your degrees. You have achieved so much, often at great personal cost, to advance your dreams. Our motto as a college, educate for service, will be lived out in your lives as you use your education to serve your community, your family, your place of business, and the greater good of society. This is also a very special gathering because our commencement speaker, Ed Murphy, is someone who embodies so much of the spirit and life of the center. In my office is a plaque with the words courage, valor, dedication, service, honor, the motto of the volunteer fire brigades. That plaque was given to me by Ed Murphy. It represents much of how he has lived his life and the ideals that he aspires for you, for me, and the college. As a member of the Board of Trustees of Elizabethtown College, Ed has provided leadership, mentoring, tough questions, and commitment to service. I'm grateful to serve with him in support of higher education, and I'm very grateful that he could speak to us today. Ladies and gentlemen, Ed Murphy.
Wow, look at this crowd. I think this speaks volumes of what's going on with you people. You've done a great job. It's almost done. All you have to do is come up here and get your diploma, and you've gone into a new phase in your life. And I know it hasn't been an easy one. I appreciate the honor that was given to me today, but it's not about me, it's about you. You're the ones that we are here to celebrate. You're the ones that have done the hard work, and you're the ones that are going to go on and do great things. I'd just like to take a couple of minutes and tell you why I get so involved as far as the continuing education is concerned, and a little history about what I went through myself. It all started back in 1961 when I started my education. It wasn't at Etown, it wasn't even in the state of Pennsylvania, it was St. John's University in Queens, New York. If you don't know where Queens is, it's one of the 5 boroughs that make up the city of New York, but more importantly, it's the home of the New York Mets. I'd like to thank right now just the fellow trustees who are here, and as President said, this is a special day with you people because it is the first time that we've done a separate graduation, and I think it's fantastic. My first semester at St. John's was rather uneventful. In February of 1962, that all changed when my father died very unexpectedly at the age of 46. Being an only child, that left myself, my mom, a house with a mortgage, and very little income. My uncles all told me before the funeral was over there was only one thing you can do, and that is quit school, get a job, and support the family. Well, my mom had other ideas. She said, no, we're not going to do that. Your semester is already paid for. You're going to go ahead and finish out the semester, and then we'll see where we go from there. Well, that semester went from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4, and it went all the way through to my junior year. At that time, through those years, I spent working in the post office at night and on the weekends. In my summer of between my junior and senior year, I received a phone call from a friend of mine and wanted to know if I was interested in a position in the company that he worked for. And I said, sure, I'd love to interview. And I did. The interview went well, and I was offered the position with one stipulation. And that stipulation was that I had to finish college. If I didn't finish, I didn't have a job. So with that in mind, I went from full-time student to full-time being employed and going to school in the evening. Those years, there was no fancy names such as continuing education and distance learning. I simply went to night school. And that night school went on for several years until I finally graduated in January of 1967. And I didn't have a graduation like this, which I again think this is so special that we're doing this as a separate one. My graduation consisted of walking into the dean's office, handing them my card, and a student turning around and handing me my diploma. That was the way I got my diploma. That job that I mentioned that I took lasted some 30 years, and I retired in 1967 as a facilities manager for West Publishing Company. My college experience may not be the same as yours, but I think you've all gone through basically the same things. That you've had to work, you've had to go to school, and you've achieved all of that. When you come up here and get your diploma, there's something that's going to come along with that, and that is a big responsibility. And that responsibility is to take the knowledge that you have received, not only in the classroom, but also in your daily lives, and spread that out among the people that you know. As was said, the college's motto is educate for service. And that's very important today, that we take that knowledge that we have and share it with not only our family, but our friends, our neighbors, and our community. Our community can be done in many, many different ways. There's many organizations and so forth. But the idea is that we have to get back to the fact that we have to share our knowledge with the rest of the community. It's very important that we do that. As was said before, my involvement really became with the fire department. In the same year, 1961, I made probably one of the best decisions in my life, and that was to join the volunteer fire service. It was a great learning experience for me. I've been in it for over 50 years now. My family is involved in it, and I have learned so much from that that it wasn't only me giving to this fire service, but what I received from them. And you can do the same thing. The other thing that I would ask you to do is that I assume that during your time here that you've had very good experiences. And if that be the case, I would ask you that you become an ambassador for Etown. And what do I mean by that? By that I mean talk to your friends, your neighbors about the experiences you've had here. You may know someone in the job world that is thinking about going back to school. Tell them about Etown. Tell them what we've got, what your experiences were, and what we have to offer here. You may also have someone that you know that their son or daughter is looking for that next step in life, looking to go to a new education, a new institution. Again, tell them about us. Give them our telephone number. Tell them about our website, and be able to let people know what Etown is all about. The ambassadorship that you can give will be great for us. It'll be great for you. It'll be great for the institution. May God bless you in whatever turns your life takes from this point on. And remember, there's always someone out there that can use your help. Thank you very much.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates for bachelor's degrees, Bachelor's of Arts, Bachelor's of Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Elizabethtown College by the Board of Trustees and by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, each and all, as listed in the official program, the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Science, with the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. In testimony of these degrees, you may now turn your tassel to the left.
You may be seated. Will the candidates for associate's degrees please rise? Mr. President, on behalf of the faculty, I present the candidates for associate degrees, Associate of Arts, Associates of Science.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as president of Elizabethtown College by the Board of Trustees and by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I confer upon you, each and all, as listed in the official program, the degree of Associates of Arts, Associates of Science, with all the rights and privileges pertaining thereto. In testimony of these degrees, you may now turn your tassel to the left. Will the candidates for all degrees come forward as your name is called?
Joshua D. Kiefer, CE Program Honors. John Tarek Bay, CE Program Honors. Marilyn Lenore Bowers, cum laude. Cheryl Renee Brown Jelks. Lauren Elena Curtis. Andrea M. Holloway. Jeremiah Jacob Jones. Venetius Oliveira Macri, CE Program Honors. Rebecca Joy Mice, CE Program Honors. Jennifer Ann Moore. Laura Lisa Shortino. Ashley Lynn Shelton. Karen Kelly Skian, magna cum laude. Christopher David Spiker. Maureen L. Volland, CE Program Honors. Teresa Vega Anderson, candidate for CE Program Honors. Carol Beaver, CE Program Honors. Becky Beasley. Jackie Bell. Amanda Marie Beislein, magna cum laude. Dennis Allen Bracken. Dylan Brobst, magna cum laude. Melissa J. Brobst, summa cum laude. Arla Virginia Brown, cum laude. Leonard W. Brown, summa cum laude. Agina Ray Burke, cum laude. Heidi Ann Charles, summa cum laude. Mary Melinda Cook, cum laude. Tanya L. Cooper, candidate for cum laude. Anne M. Kraus, summa cum laude. Estrella L. Cruz. Michael James Cullen. Derek Thomas Diller. Abby Jo Donor. Mary C. Dornan, CE Program Honors. Tawanda A. Elliott. Sharon Lynn Silvers Farish, magna cum laude. William G. Felter, cum laude. Matthew M. Floyd, magna cum laude. Sharon F. Fuller, summa cum laude. Tammy Lynn Hampshire. Tina M. Hargrave. Angela M. Hartman, CE Program Honors. Scott Allen Heckard. Jessica M. Henney, magna cum laude. Aaron L. Hershey, summa cum laude. Lindsay A. Hertzler. Sharina A. Height Henderson, candidate for CE Program Honors. Peter Brian Hobbs, candidate for magna cum laude. Jeffrey Michael Hoffman, cum laude. Jessica R. Hutchinson, candidate for magna cum laude. Michael S. Jeffries. Kenneth Scott Johnson, candidate for summa cum laude. Lisa A. Kashner, cum laude. Joshua Paul Kilgore, candidate for magna cum laude. Michael Thomas Kirby, summa cum laude. Tara L. Kachansky. Michael John Kuntz. Vicki Lynn Kunkel, candidate for magna cum laude. Wallace Wakefield Lee, CE Program Honors. Roger L. Lewis, Jr., magna cum laude. Latoya Note Mega. Robin J. Marshall, cum laude. Christy Ann Martirano, CE Program Honors. Betania M. McKee. Christopher James Metzler. Christy Michelle Millick, cum laude. Denise Marie Miller. David Morera, CE Program Honors. Lan Kan Nguyen, cum laude. Mi T. Nguyen, cum laude. Crystal Shawnette Ogden. Ricky Vincent Palmer. Vanessa L. Palat. Ashley M. Rhodes. Kristen Michelle Rice. Arlene S. Rivera, magna cum laude. Amy Jo Robertson, magna cum laude. Paula Sackinger. Tiffany Ness Smeltzer, summa cum laude. Derek William Smith, candidate for summa cum laude. Ginger Lynn Thomas, magna cum laude. Stephen L. Thompson, summa cum laude. Gina Marie Tonini, cum laude. Deborah Ann Troutman, candidate for cum laude. Lori L. Troutman. Cassidy Lee Schutte. Christopher Henry Uffner, CE Program Honors. Alicia Michelle Urrutia. Tiffany Lee Uzarski, CE Program Honors. Dorcas J. Warner, cum laude. Alyssa Rose Williams. Susan C. Wright, candidate for cum laude. Amanda King Faree. Mary Louise Payne. Patricia A. Robinson. Scott E. Albert. Christopher Riffenock. Lenore Rudder St. Clair. Margaret M. Waddle. Wanda K. Weiser. Lori Ann Yost. Anna L. Zorba.
Well, now that that is all done, first of all, congratulations to all of my fellow 2012 CCEDL graduates. I specifically say CCEDL graduates because there is something very special about this group sitting here. We all have a story to tell. We have all been on a journey that has led to this day, to this moment, when we are completing our college graduation with honor. One of the most beautiful things about this particular graduation is the richness of the diversity sitting within this room. We have office workers sitting here, and we have manual laborers. We have people beginning careers, and we have people ending careers. We have grandmothers that are graduating, and we have newlyweds. We have professors that have retired from long and distinguished careers in their field, and we have professors that are just getting in to a new profession. All this diversity has led to a rich educational experience for each and every one of us. We have had the privilege of walking alongside one another on this journey, learning from one another's experience and knowledge, both peers and professors, facilitators alike, that has left each one of us better than when we walked into this program. We graduate today with an unprecedented amount of knowledge that we get to carry from this institution into our lives. For this education, I am forever grateful. But what will I do with it? It's an amazingly valuable commodity that you and I have gained in graduating today. One that we all have spent hours and days and years working to achieve. An education that I am proud to say is mine. You know how the old saying goes, your education is something that nobody can ever take from you. Well, that's true. But that doesn't answer the question of what we will do with our education. What will I do with my education? What will you do with your education? You know, it's funny. When I was 12 years old, I had a very strange fascination with motorsports. I used to love, as we would drive around both Lancaster County as well as other places, to just stare out the window as we would pass farms and watch the farm kids tear up and down the lanes in their dirt bikes or on their four-wheelers, and I used to want one so bad. I remember sitting out on our front porch, and I grew up in a rather rural area, and just watching the neighbor down the road as he would hop on his four-wheeler in the evening and tear in and out of their long lane. I wanted one so badly. At the same time, I knew that we didn't have much money, and I knew that our family could never afford one of these machines. So I retired to talking about it all the time of one day when I would purchase one of these things. I am sure I drove my family absolutely crazy of just talking about how glorious of a day it was going to be when I one day purchased my very own four-wheeler. In fact, before breakfast, I would get up early and I'd run out and I'd grab the paper and I'd come into the kitchen table and I'd throw it open to the classified section and scour the classified section for a cheap, and I mean cheap, four-wheeler. Well, needless to say, I never found one. However, one day, my father arrived home late from work. And as he pulled in the driveway and came walking inside, he motioned for me to come outside. So I walked outside and stood there in complete awe. Sitting in our front yard was the most glorious machine that I had ever seen. It was a 1984 Honda three-wheeler, red. Never mind that the gas tank was bashed in and the handlebars were bent funny. It was the most beautiful thing I had maybe ever seen. But I was perplexed. How could have he possibly got this? Was this mine, or was this some kind of a cruel joke that he had brought it home and shown me what he got for the neighbor, or what the neighbor had just bought? And as I went to ask him, he simply looked at me, patted me on the back, and reassured me that he had worked very hard to make this possible for me. And as I fired up the engine and took off out through the field, I'll never forget the look on his face as a grin stretched from ear to ear. Of course, this was after the look of sheer terror at my erratic 12-year-old driving skills. But that day, I came to realize something, that many of the most joyous moments in our lives come when we share, or when we get to pass along something that we have worked very hard to achieve. No doubt my father had worked very hard, had sacrificed many hours and lots of money to get that old busted-up three-wheeler. But for him, the joy did not come in purchasing it. The joy came in giving it to me. We all have worked incredibly hard for these degrees that you are sitting in your hands today with. And you deserve every bit of praise and recognition that you will receive from this accomplishment, no doubt. But the real joy in achieving our educational goals is that we get to pass it along. We get to benefit other people from our hard work, our sacrifice that we have all put in to be able to sit here today. Maybe it's in your job at work, helping to better your company and those around you. Or maybe within your community, to provide insight and wisdom gained from your education. Or maybe, just maybe, it's taking the time to sit down with your children and with your grandchildren to demonstrate to them the importance of a good education. Whatever your context is, the true joy that we gain today is a gift. The gift of knowledge that we get to pass along to others. So, it's true. Your education is something that nobody can ever take away from you. But I'd like to add something. Yet we always have it to pass along to others. Your education is something that no one can ever take away from you, yet we always have it to pass along to others. In the days and in the months and in the years to come, may we be looking beyond ourselves to see where we can experience true joy in passing along of this rich educational experience that we have all received from here at Elizabethtown College. Congratulations to you, CCEDL graduates 2012, on a job very well done.
Members and graduates of the class of 2012, good afternoon. As a member of the class of 1991 and the president of the Elizabethtown College Alumni Association and its governing body, the Alumni Council, and on behalf of the more than 18,000 Elizabethtown College alumni throughout the world, I bring you congratulations and a very warm welcome into the Elizabethtown College Alumni Association family. As you will soon come to realize, Etown alumni share a common bond regardless of our class year, major, or program, which was forged by our Elizabethtown College education. For each of us, Educate for Service grounds our educational experience and guides our way of living. We look forward to your continued engagement with the college through the Alumni Association. Whether you accomplish this by mentoring future students, attending homecoming, participating in the Pride program, or being active in local alumni chapters, you now have the opportunity to continue your relationship with our alma mater in new and very meaningful ways. I wish each of you much success in the future and truly look forward to seeing you at future alumni events. Remember, you are now and forever will be Blue Jays always. Congratulations to you all.
All colleges have traditions, and certainly that's true at Elizabethtown College. And we have an unspoken tradition here that is built up over a number of years that continuing education is responsible for the weather on commencement day. So how did we do this year? And of course, this year we did too. On behalf of the Edward R. Murphy Center for Continuing Education and Distance Learning, its staff, its faculty, and all of the support offices across the campus that support what we do, in recognition of your dedication, commitment, and academic achievements, your agility and skill in balancing all the roles that together define you as an adult, I congratulate you, the Elizabethtown College class of 2012. I also want to thank those who supported you in your journey that led you to this day. And it is a journey. Your family, near and far, your friends, your spouses, your significant others, colleagues and mentors, all these and more spun a web of support for your endeavors, and I thank you for that. Finally, I thank you, graduates, for the learning opportunities that you have provided to the center and to the college. You may not think that that would be the case, but all learning is collaborative, and it flows in ways sometimes we don't recognize at first. You provided opportunities for this institution to learn things, how to do things differently, how to do things better, and certainly how to do things faster. In the end, you provided us with the opportunity to learn how to meet the needs of those who really want to learn. And I want you to remember that Elizabethtown College and the Center for Continuing Education and Distance Learning are better places because you were here. So I say thank you and congratulations from the center. I also remind you that after the ceremonies are concluded here, there will be a great reception right outside this building underneath the tent. And you are all welcome to join your colleagues and your friends and your family at that reception. Thank you.
Will you stand for the alma mater? I invite you to bow your heads for the benediction. We rejoice in God's presence here as we have recognized the achievements of these graduates. We pray for God's continued blessing on them as they move forward and seek ways to share their knowledge and experience with others. We ask for God's blessing on the food and fellowship we are about to share as we move from this place and continue our celebration more informally. May God watch over all of us and grant us safe travel as we return to our homes. And may God bless us and keep us. God, make his face shine upon us and be gracious to us. God, look upon us with favor and give us peace. Amen.